Hello Pisces! Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. It's an old deck that I've had. There's some side information. I don't know if you can read it, but in case you want to see it, it's not really focusing. There's that. And then the supportive cards will be You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace, and they're illustrated by Elaine Marson. So that way, if you want to look up any of those artists, there's the spelling. That's what the stuff looks like. Good, good, good. I'm going to put you there. I'm drawn to that side, so. Alright, so. First thing I'm really getting while I'm putting these out is like, you're on a road that seems to be going on for a while. That's actually going to go very well in the long run, but it's taking a while. Like whatever you're dealing with, it's taking quite a while. You're trying to do your best, but there's this definite up and down feel, like this up and down. It doesn't really get that bad. So it might be how you're feeling about it. You might emotionally feel kind of crushed at one point, but I'm getting what's actually happening around you may not be that bad. So hopefully if this reading hits with you, it's going to help you not fall into that crevice and feel completely devastated, because there's a moment here where it seems like it's threatening for you to feel completely emotionally buried. I don't think you have to go there though, so let's see if this helps with that. Again, I say this in every Pisces video, I'm pretty sure, or most of them. I am a Pisces too, so. Starting off in the beginning, you got self-acceptance, the Hermit, and that card that it's kind of hidden back there is the Two of Cups. Now, when you're starting off in this situation, you have bonds with certain people that you know where you stand, but you might be kind of holding back, and you're kind of like, well, they're people that you feel really good about, but when things get rough, even though they're good people, even though you care about them, when things get rough, maybe they have some mannerisms or behaviors that are hard to deal with, and you feel like when they're going through these things, you want to help them. Maybe you even have tried to help them in the past, and it kind of like there's a backlash to it, or it just makes things worse. Maybe because I'm a Pisces, there's people I know in my life that are usually pretty good, but when they get out of control and they get upset, it's no matter what I say, it's just they get more upset. It's just it doesn't seem to be able to help. Like if I'm looking to give them like a way to like maybe things could get better, they don't want to hear it, or it just no matter what I do, it just doesn't work. And I have to accept that the best thing for me to do at that time is to step back and let them just relax and just deal with what they have to deal with. Me just pulling back, but being over there on the side, like when they're ready to calm down. Because you don't want to, and I feel like Pisces fall into this trap, you don't want to be somebody's target. That's not good. That's not healthy. That's literally not helping them. Certainly not helping you. So, and it might be you already have identified that, like certain people when they get upset, even though they're good people and you like them, they kind of target people when they're upset, and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to step out. That's the Hermit card. Maybe I should step out and accepting that even though this is a good relationship, I like these people, whoever this is, I'm just going to kind of pull back and just let things simmer for a while, and that way when this person calms down, I can come back and try to help after they've relaxed a bit. The thing is with Pisces, you still, when you care about somebody, you still have that need to help. So on the side, if you aren't already doing this, and I feel like most of you already have this down, but for those of you who don't, it's kind of like, all right, you have this person, they're upset, they're hard to deal with face-to-face right now, but you know there's this other project they need help getting forward on, or maybe cleaning up the house for them, or maybe, you know, there's something where maybe you can make something like a dessert or a dinner. There's something you can do off to the side that keeps you away from them, but still helps them. I'm getting like those are the type of things that you're centering on, or for those of you who maybe are looking to find out what to do, that's what you want to do. Supportive things that are away from them, because like if they're in that attack mode and there's just nothing you can do about it, you want to like separate yourself from them. If there's something you could do to help them, to show that you care, but you just can't be around them right now, and you just don't want to highlight that, you know what I mean? Like doing things like that, I feel like that's what a lot of us are doing. And you're doing something that's making a difference and making their life better, but still not allowing them to target you. Because some people do that. Even though they're good people, they have that habit. For whatever reason. Now, I do feel like this turns things... Does it turn things around? Not right away. Things might get worse before they get better. Because I'm getting like somebody is in the environment and they're very... you got pentacle energy telling me that like they're not going to move out of that energy until they're good and ready. Until they're blank, good and ready. Whatever you want to put the blank in there for. They're feeling how they're feeling. They don't want to change that energy. They got the... it's the King of Pentacles here, but the Queen of Pentacles in the environment. Don't get caught up in the gender. It's basically saying this energy's here, and until this person decides to change it, it will not change it. It's not really gender specific, even though I know it's King and Queen, but they're saying like it doesn't matter. Like this person has decided they're going forward with a certain attitude. They don't want to see something different. They believe what they believe, and they're not going to move from it. So I see you helping out, but I also see you kind of like still like, it's almost like this energy is almost searching you out. Because you're helping them. And it's like, it's weird because I've done this myself where you're helping somebody and then when you help them and you try to stay away from them, it's almost like they target you or they search you out. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. They've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Temperance, and the Queen of Pentacles. Like, again, the Pentacles are just there. Like, they're not going to move out of the energy until they've decided they want to. You can't change their mind. It's not going to happen. The Wheel of Fortune coming in is I feel like they're noticing that you're helping them. But the Pentacle energy is telling me, even though they're noticing, they're still on their rampage. It's almost like Godzilla going through the town, ripping things apart. And they're like, oh, that's nice. And they're still stomping on over to look at it. Like, still destroying the town. Like, oh, that looks nice. Let me go check that out. Destroy, destroy, destroy as they're going over to it. Like, they're still in that energy, but they're noticing. And then the Temperance is kind of like, they're noticing the change, the Wheel of Fortune. This is you kind of changing things. But it's going to take some time before they really kind of decide to go that direction and let things get better. When this happens, though, because it seems like they're I feel like you're being sought out and they're kind of targeting you. The energy is really up and down for you. Nature Journey here is one of the cards. I rarely see it in this deck, but it's saying you're doing the best you can. This is kind of like accepting that. It's almost like, how do I explain this? You have very limited resources, and you're making the optimal out of the limited resources you have. But it's kind of like you have ketchup, spaghetti, and some garlic, and you're just like, ew, like that's not. You're like, I need to make a meal out of this. So it's kind of like, well, I'm obviously not going to put ketchup on spaghetti. So I guess I'm going to like try to use the garlic and flavor the spaghetti. I don't know if that's going to work, but I guess I'm going to try that. And that's kind of like, that's all you have, so you're just trying to do the best you can with it. And the ironicy of it is you are really... You're killing it. You're kicking it out of the park for what it is. You know, like you've got really limited resources. Like, not for nothing, if you have pasta, ketchup, and garlic, and you're just like, I don't want to put ketchup on my pasta. Like, ew, that's no. Like, no, I don't want to do that. But so you're kind of disappointed. Like, well, this is all I got, so I did this. You're really doing really well. But the Ten of Swords right here is like you're holding it together, you're doing the best you can, you're actually succeeding, feeling like you're failing miserably, and you still got to you have to keep moving forward with the King of, or the Knight of Wands, or Knight of Swords, excuse me. The Knight of Swords does have kind of a wand feel to it, even though it's not, but still. You're moving forward. I feel like this is more like pushing forward and trying to keep your thoughts from dragging you down, because this person isn't ready to accept your help, and they're not really, even if they're saying thank you, it doesn't feel like a thank you. It might be one of those moments. They might be thanking you for helping them, but the way they're saying it, the way they're coming across, it doesn't feel like a thank you. As this keeps going forward, see, this is the roughest part, because it doesn't feel good, but you actually are doing good. You are making a difference, it just doesn't feel like it, and that's the weird part. This is that hard part I was talking about. As it keeps coming forward, things are getting better. what do we got going on here? Oh, we got more pentacles coming in. Got a lot of pentacle energy through this whole situation, which is actually good, but it may feel like it takes a long time for things to turn around. Next in the environment, things seem to quiet down between you and whoever this person is. It's almost like they've realized that they're starting to attack you and you're trying to help them. Yet they're not in a state of mind where they can really come towards you and say anything without it coming off in a negative way, and they know that. They're just, even though it's like one of those moods where you're in such a bad mood, even when you try to do something right and say something nice, it still comes off so bad. You just can't seem to help yourself. The situation is getting better with health. I want to say healing, but it does say health. Feels like things are going better. They're trying to do better. The Four of Swords is like things are trying to hold back. There's kind of like a quiet area here where things are just like resting. It's kind of like somebody sleeping to get over a cold or something like that. It's like a resting time. They're realizing what they've kind of created with this. The integrity with the Hierophant is saying like they're seeing like what they've done. They don't want to make things worse. They do want to make things better. They do want to show you that they appreciate. They just can't do it right now. So they're trying to put it in their head like how they can turn this around and make it better for you later, because they do appreciate what you've done, and they're just trying to keep things going without making things without making things worse. And they're trying to work with it in the sense of like, I'm not in a state of mind right now to really make things better, so I'm just going to hold off, but I'll think of things that I can do later, but I'll wait till later to do them. While this is going on, they're kind of pulling back their energy, but you're okay with that at this point because it's not negatively coming at you. So it's kind of like you're getting a break. Pisces can sometimes do very well with that energy, kind of like if people just leave you alone for a while, you can relax and be like, all right, for a little while, that's okay. As long as it's not over the top, as long as it's not too long, it can be okay. It depends on what's going on. There's a like too much, there's a too much and there's a too little. So like there's a sweet spot in there. So, but at this moment, the fact that they were trying, when they were coming back at you and they seemed to be like seeking you out to attack you, it just felt like that is what I'm getting. Them leaving you alone after that is kind of cool. Kind of like, yeah, just stop attacking me. Stop making life hard for me. So you're okay with the break with the Four of Wands to an extent for a time period. It can't be permanent. For a little while, it's okay. You're moving forward, trying to make things, trying to do things, trying to stay active, trying to make things right, trying to do things well. You seem to be very cemented with the Ace of Pentacles in this. Like, it was a moment, whatever this was, it seems to have passed. You're kind of looking at this like, you know, I just got to keep myself busy. I got to feel like I'm doing something that helps. So you keep moving. You're just keeping on doing whatever you can to make the situation better. At this point, everything seems to be fairly tranquil. It's kind of like swimming in waters where you're like, there could be a shark here, but I don't think there is. I hope there's not. So it's kind of swimming in waters like that. Like, I think I'm okay, but maybe I'm not. Like swimming in the ocean. Like, no, there's probably nothing bad here, but there could be. Just kind of a little bit on edge, but not too worried, but still kind of like watching out at the same time. One of those things. As we go into the end of this, I do think at some point things will get noticeably better. I'm not feeling like the situation comes up directly again. But like when you come back around with this, like I'm an intuitive reader, just to be fair. It does say meeting angels, but I feel like it's almost like this person's coming back around when they're in a better mood. Happiness, when they're in a better mood. When things are turned around, they're coming back around and they're helping you. They're enjoying your company. They're doing things for you. You're still remembering how things went a little sour, but you're still feeling really good with this person. You still care about them. The past lives is kind of like, I feel like it's just saying you're remembering when this went a little bit rough. And it's still kind of weighing on your mind, but at the same time, you do care about this person. You want things to go better. I think things are going to heal, and things are going to just gradually get better. Because when I'm getting the Seven of Pentacles with the Page of Cups, when this person comes back in, they're kind of acting like things are all fine and there's no problems. You're kind of still feeling like there are problems. As time keeps going forward, it does seem to heal all wounds with this situation anyway. The Goddess card is telling me like you're feeling cared for. Over time, it gets better. It's kind of like one of those things where, yeah, they're like that once in a while, and yeah, they make up for it later. And you just slowly feel better about it. And that's kind of how I feel like it's going to go with this. So the Goddess card, it's like you're looked after, you're still cared for. It's kind of like one of those things you don't really like how it played out here before, and there's no actual direct conversation about how bad it went, but over time this person is making it up to you and showing you that they do value you. This isn't like a normal thing or not like a constant thing where this bad moment happens. It's very rare. It's just when it does happen, it does hurt your feelings, and it does seem to kind of linger for a while, but it will kind of work itself out. I just don't feel like there's going to be a direct face-to. I don't feel like there's going to be like a on paper or like directly talking about situation. It's just kind of showing through emotion, showing through action that they do still care and they are kind of sorry about it without actually saying it. That's why I feel like it's going to come out. But it does go a lot better. I mean, I feel like it works itself out. It's just the way it does. It may be okay with you. It depends on how you're taking it. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.